specifically young men, which we could go more into detail on that, but we'll just keep it young men. Uh, there's a lack of, does it even matter to work hard in America anymore? Is there opportunities for me? Does anybody care about me,
Yeah.
from many different problems? But one of them is, I feel like, lack of motivation, I think is a good way to say it. So in your opinion, what would you kind of say on that topic?
Uh, I think that is a huge talking point. Just because I think it's really hard. There's very different classifications of people in the way that they work. There's people who are going to take the victim route. They think the world's out to get them. They think that nothing's ever going to go their way. And then there's other people that are a little bit more like myself. That is, you realize at a young age, if you want it, you got to go get it. I don't come from a family of wealth. Again, I work with this family, so you may see millions of dollars worth of equipment just in this shed. I don't own this. I'm not going to inherit this. So I knew if I wanted it, I got to go get it. I bought my house right out of college. I worked all through college. I had my fair share of going to the bars, having a little fun in college, but most of my time I was working. I would get up in the morning, haul loads of corn at 4 o'clock, make it back to class for an 8 a.m., and then come back out to work after I was done with classes. So
And drink at Harry's after.
Oh yeah. So and if I don't get to Harry's till the last hour before they close because we're trying to finish up work. So there's that sacrifice of you got to live life a little bit. I mean, I struggle with that sometimes, of understanding that you have to live while you're alive. But I kind of take those sacrifices and I go, you got to work at it. And as somebody who there's no bailout, there's no safety net. If you fail, you're on your own. So just kind of having that drive to go, I want to get ahead, having that just outlook of, in 30 years, 50 years from now, where do I want to be? That's where I started getting into trying to buy real estate and investment properties, which they have their ups and downs as well, but just trying to find different ways to make money. I mean, during the height of COVID, I started getting into a little bit of like day trading, realized it wasn't for me. I made a little bit of money, lost a little bit of money. I said that I can't do that. That's not for me. Let's find a new avenue to try to make money. But that's where everybody's going to be different. There's always something out there. And if you have the drive and you have the willingness to try, and that's probably 90% of it, people just don't have the ability to stick to something when they're not seeing the results. I do this all day long. I go to the gym every single day. Those results take a while to build. Same with TikTok. I've built quite a following on TikTok. Started off, people make fun of you. People say, "Oh, yeah, you're just trying to be some star, whatever." And then, 5, 6 years of me doing it, I've got about 90,000 followers, and it pays me. I make money. So, and once you start to get there,
you make $10 million a year.
Yeah. Don't quite make that. That would be awesome. But it's just one of those things. As you start to see those results, you can kind of look back and go, "Yeah, that hard work, I did that." Versus, if you just expect everything to be handed to you in this country, you're going to struggle, and that's just that's not going to work. And there's a reason that we are kind of in the position we are. There's a lot of the people in this country that believe everything should be free, everything should be handed to you, everything's a right, while the others, have a little bit more of that foundation of, yeah, it's hard, life is hard, but you have to persevere, you work through it, and yeah, that's kind of that's kind of where we're at.